Last time on Cloudfall. The battlefield has changed. Our heroes left the lands of Lodom for the skies around Small Castle, and they're closing in on Viren. They took stock of their catapults and explosives, briefly got in contact with Volvin, and made their way through the portal in Babka's carpet. They divided up into highly strategic teams that they definitely planned on, and began the final phase of their Machiavellian battle plan, simply summarized as, get 'em. They managed to shoot down a few ships, disable the main cannons, and now they're infiltrating the Leviathan itself. In the infamous words of General Guy, Viren, we're coming for you.
I did say that.
It's going to start with a big boom. I'm not going to do the boom, though.
Boom.
There's a massive, sparkling pink and blue explosion as a bismite cannon round bursts against the shield over Small Castle. A battalion of 6 ships are racing towards the battlefield, about to shift the odds back into Viren's favor. But in that same moment, an illusory armada of ships controlled by none other than Phenom Green rises from thin air to distract the enemy forces while the party infiltrates the Leviathan itself. Guy, you're on top of the Leviathan with Steed at your side. You followed your nose to a burning hot exhaust pipe that might be your only option to get in.
Well, before I do anything, I would like to suckle a little bismite to restore some spell slots.
Ew.
Why
Suckle.
did you say it like that?
I don't know. What
He
do we
picks it up and he's like,
All right.
How does that go?
You experienced the same thing that Doran did when he tried the same thing. As soon as you tap the bismite to try to take its magical energy, it floods into you, like sipping on a juice box, and then somebody grabs it and squeezes it and forces it all into you.
Ooh, that's a rush.
Thankfully, there's not all that much in that bismite. So you regain 6 spell levels divided as you choose. For that reason, Guy, you start to feel a little chill, almost like taking off a blanket suddenly. Your body feels vulnerable and exposed. You realize now you are on a clock, and you will eventually die from this.
Ooh,
Without the presence of bismite, you will slowly fade. A few hours, maybe.
All right, gotta move. Guy's gonna stick his head into the exhaust pipe.
Cool.
Like just a little bit.
Yeah.
What do we think, Ganymede? Everything smell okay down there?
I smell burning. I smell burning hairs. I believe that's you.
Oh, shoot. No. Whoa.
You take a single burning fire damage.
Sure.
As you pull away from that. Guy, you might live through this. It's going to hurt. Moving through that pipe.
All right, everyone, I'm outside the ship about to make my way in. Probably to an engine room or something. It seems a little hot. Where is everybody else?
I can't talk right now. They'll see me.
Oh, stay safe, puppy.
Aaron's a bird. Over.
Just kidding.
We're outside of the helm, getting closer to Viren. But we're trying to be kind of stealthy. We don't want to get caught either.
All right, I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Ooh, okay.
Was that the icy one?
Do tell.
It is the icy one.
Ooh.
A protective magical force surrounds me, manifesting as a special frost that covers me and my gear. I gain 5 temporary hit points.
You slide right into that pipe.
Schloop.
Yeah, I schloop.
All right. You sloop into the pipe.
Suckle, then schloop.
Suckle and schloop. The old suckle and
Man,
schloop.
we already got the episode title. 5 minutes in. Suckle and sloop. Sloop, shoop.
God, I hate it.
Sloop-a-doop.
Yep.
Cool.
Schloop-a-doop.
All right, Guy, you begin working your way through that pipe. You can see immediately the kind of condensation all around you as that frost armor begins to wear. It's holding strong at first. You take no damage as you begin through this pipe.
All right. Oh, before I get all the way in, Steed, head back to Small Castle.
Oh,
Wait
thank
for us.
God, I was not going to make it through that pipe. I mean, the hoofs alone is it's tough.
I'll be back, buddy.
Sounds good. Am I done for now?
Out of you, soldier.
Baller, see you. Guy, you start on your hands and knees through that pipe. It's only a few paces in that you encounter a slide. This is going to go down real fast.
All right.
The chute that you're in is big enough for you to comfortably fit inside, but you could also easily press your arms and legs against the sides of everything to slow your descent.
It's also covered in ice, though.
You're also covered in ice, though.
I'm also covered in ice, though.
Guys,
1
bobsled
second.
team.
I think I maybe want to try a Bismite roll.
Okay.
I want to try to form some, like, claws, I guess, or, like,
Yeah.
something to kind of...
What if you get sticky frog hands?
Would be an excellent idea if you had Bismite on you.
Oh, you remembered that, huh?
You suckled.
You suckled too much. Suckles
okay.
to be you.
Suckles for you.
Just torturing you.
Well, I'm going to go down the slide then, and I'll prepare the Cloak of Wow. That's a lot of ropes in case I need to make a sudden stop.
Cool. I like that. All right. Let's shift to Doran and Sojourn. You're walking down a cramped metallic hallway with heavy sealed doors lining the walls. You were guided this way by a gnome engineer and his comrade by the name of Ralph, who you sent back to the storage bay to go check for more intruders. You know you're on your way to the hangar bay, as they mentioned, but you're not quite sure where to go from there to get to the helm, and you're not quite sure of what lies ahead.
I mean, he gave us pretty specific directions. He said you go to the hangar bay, there's some stairs, you go up the stairs and through a door, and there's another set of stairs. Like, I remember that.
That's what I heard too. So yeah, I feel like I can't believe they didn't put any signs anywhere though. That's so bizarre.
Yeah, Sojourn is going to track Viren, I guess.
Mhm.
I'd like to do a survival check to track Viren. I would get advantage because she's a favorite enemy.
Yeah, okay.
With your permission. 21.
Nice. Yeah, you doubt someone with the stature and position of Viren would deign to walk such cramped hallways. But coming out of here, you remember those directions you were given. Looking through this final door before you move into the next room, you do see a set of stairs going up. You can tell directionally where the helm is supposed to be. Sojourn, left to your own devices, you'd be able to find Viren in a matter of minutes. You know it. You can almost see this ethereal trail leading straight up to her. You know it's through this door, but the room you're about to go into is massive and exposed, and there's movement in there.
How sneaky are we feeling?
Well, we can be sneakier if we want.
You
but
still have Pass Without Trace running.
I also won't worry about getting to Viren and showing our hand before everyone's in place.
I feel like just going for it though has been working super well. Like when we plan too long, we start stealing shit and like I don't know, Sojourn. I kind of want to follow our heart here, right? Doran tries to open the door.
Wait.
What?
All right, let me lead the way and we'll stealth around
Yes.
and we'll be real quiet.
Super quiet.
And we
No
won't
loot.
We won't loot, and we also won't confront anybody until Guy is here.
Over the bell, you hear Poppy going,
Don't make a scene.
All right.
Okay.
Sojourn is going to lead the way and try to sneak into this room. Maybe wait until like she hears that there's not as much movement right outside the door.
Yeah.
And I just want to get us into this space and behind some sort of series of crates or machinery or whatever to get us out of the way but into the right room.
Mm-hmm. Let me get a stealth check from both of you.
Okay, so it's going to be plus 10.
25.
24.
All right.
You rolled the same number.
Lucky 11s.
Sojourn and Doran grab the door handle together and oh so slowly turn it to the side. You can see through this little porthole window, this little tiny circular reinforced glass. You see a few people move by from the right to the left, sort of like following each other. It seems they're all alarmed by something and they're gathering on the left side of the room. When you open that door, it is absolutely silent. The two of you are able to kind of shimmy out of a slightly open door right behind a parked ship inside the Leviathan. You're in the hangar bay, and there's a large circle of people that are all staring up at a halfling that is pressed against the ceiling. They're mystified and talking in hushed whispers.
Doran's going to try to get in that ship.
The one that's parked?
Yeah.
Okay. Doran, you've not worked one of these machines before. You're not exactly a mechanical mind.
I mean, I've watched mechanics and hung out with them, so.
That's true. You've got a little friendship with DeWalter Makita and Rune.
What are you doing?
I feel like it's a good idea.
Are you just trying to distract him?
Yes. That's exactly what, yes, for
All
sure.
right. Doran.
Yep.
I am first going to need a stealth check.
Sojourn's getting away from this.
Great. That's a good idea.
27.
Okay. Sojourn, let's get a stealth check for you, too, moving away from this.
Okay. 18. 18 is pretty good.
Yeah. You slip by. Doran, you come up to the hatch of this thing. You see a series of buttons and levers, but you're not sure which one is the panic alarm and which one is the open cockpit.
Okay, I'm going to hold tight, and if I need to be a distraction, I'm going to start pressing buttons.
Okay. All right. That's a good time for us to shift over to Poppy and Aaron. You're in the hangar bay of the Leviathan, obviously, surrounded by a team of awestruck engineers staring up at Poppy, who is floating on a giant invisible bird. Aaron, transformed as Kree. What's even more alarming about this room is the sheer amount of ships in here. There's a dozen more fully armed, ready to go. They were playing conservatively, keeping their cards close. The siege hasn't even begun.
Aaron, I'm gonna have to drop invisibility, but I was gonna throw up an illusion instead.
I can't talk, can I? I'm Kree.
Correct. Sojourn and Doran, you see that crowd, that circle around Poppy, kind of move back a little bit and talk in hushed whispers as Poppy begins muttering.
It would be great if there was a distraction.
Aaron, as Kree, hears that and starts to walk around, and I'm gonna just like try to fuck up some of these ships that I see standing around with my beak and wings, I guess. I don't know. Does
That's
Kree
not
have any?
helping because I'm on top of you.
First, let's have Aaron make an intimidation check.
Okay. No, I've never used that before in my life. It's a 7.
All right. Poppy, you feel one lurching step forward as Aaron kind of dives down at these people a little bit towards those ships. You see a couple people get kind of knocked over. They're baffled. They don't understand. They're actually following you around now.
Not helping. Aaron, can you turn back into yourself?
I really want to go fuck up those ships over there. Okay, fine. I'll turn back into myself. Naked as the day I was born. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm still on top of you, so when you do...
Poppy, get
Yeah,
off.
the two of you collapse in a heap. When you look up from on the ground, Poppy and Aaron, you see you are surrounded by engineers holding tools and guns at the ready, pointing down at you.
Just at me, because Aaron's still invisible.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Is there anything in the vicinity that I could, like, quick dart and hide behind?
You're absolutely surrounded by people. Sojourn and Doran are watching this happen.
Yeah, I'm looking for a...
Seeing them starting to circle Poppy and kind of gathering that it's possible Aaron's around too, Doran's going to try to investigate the buttons.
So distracting.
Basically, I'm looking for buttons that seem like they are associated with weapons.
Yeah.
20, not natural.
Ooh, investigation?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. You definitely see it. Inside the cockpit, kind of beyond this glass shield, you can see a sort of like joystick with a little glass protector on top of it and a button.
Okay.
You've seen Rune work with stuff like this before. That is the shooty weapon button.
Okay, I'm going to immediately climb in there, and I'm just going to try to...
You're not sure how to get that fucking hatch open yet. You could break it, or you could keep looking.
It's a hatch. I can see where it is.
Yeah, it's a glass hatch.
I'm going to cast Misty Step and just appear over
All
there.
right, yeah, you're suddenly sitting in there.
All right. And then now I'm going to try to shoot at the other ships especially.
Okay.
If I can aim that. Because
Yeah.
you said the hangar bay is basically full of them.
It is. They're all kind of lined up, like pointing at each other almost, like lining the sides of this place.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Buttons.
As soon as you touch that joystick, Doran, you feel the whole ship kind of like turn a little bit one direction and then turn a little bit the other every time you bump it.
Okay.
So you've got kind of directional aiming control over this as well.
All right. Nothing is super easy, just like shooting a laser rifle. You're just born doing this. And I'm going to just like press the buttons and try to like shoot at the other ships, basically.
All right.
While this is happening, Sojourn is going to wild shape into blighted wild shape. Essentially looking like one of those husks left over when their magic is all sucked out. And I want to look, I don't know, like a wolf, I guess, but a blighted wolf. So like dripping in shadow, very ooky spooky. And I also want to cast Defile Ground in just kind of a puddle ahead of me. So it looks like I'm just a nasty mess.
Okay. We see Sojourn jumping into that transformation. You kind of like double over as like fur begins to sprout out of your back and shadows drip from your arms and legs. You crouch over and become this wolf-like creature. In the background, kind of blurry, and then the focus sharpens, we see Doran kind of like smearing his hands over this cockpit, going, looking for a way in, kind of like smacking on it, and all of a sudden he just gets mad and disappears and reappears inside the cockpit. You see him with this giant smirk on his face, turning the machine from side to side. Sojourn, Poppy, Aaron, I need dex saves.
Great. 16.
22.
17.
Great. Dramatic. All right, the three of you actually fare just fine. Our first natural one of the night. The engineers do not.
Oh, no.
Doran, you turn that ship, fucking Anakin over here. You hit the trigger way more than anyone expected here. Doran, you are blinded as the ship ahead of you directly explodes to pieces. You can see the wall in this room is blown open into the next room. Guy, from inside that pipe that you're in, you can feel the whole ship shudder. Doran, when your vision returns, you can just see like smoke clearing out of this room. You see engineers sprawled all out over the place. Poppy, you dived right at the nick of time. Same with Aaron, you're out of the way. These engineers are scattered and gasping and trying to get back up.
Poppy, we gotta get out of here, quick! And I'm gonna just haul Poppy by the scruff of her neck.
You all
and,
hear,
try to...
wolf! There's a wolf!
I'm gonna, try and get in front of Poppy a little bit so that to create distance between the engineers and her.
Yeah.
As soon as we're like out of harm's way,
Aaron, can you look like an engineer, someone who works on the ship?
I guess. Aaron looks around like frantically to try to see if I can see anyone nearby.
Yeah, Aaron, there's somebody reaching up towards you and gasp. Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him and he's like struggling to maintain consciousness and he just passes out right in front of you.
Okay, I guess this will do. And Aaron transforms into this dying man.
okay,
in
I'm
front
gonna
of him.
I'm
not
gonna
be
drop
dying.
invisibility,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast Alter Self on myself.
Okay.
Change my hair color a little bit, and put on like coveralls with the Kenmore logo on it, and
Big plumber's mustache.
yes, I just want to look like we're part of the crew now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poppy just wants to look like a little Mario, and I'm a big Luigi.
Yes.
And that's how we're going to go through the rest of
All
this
right.
episode.
Aaron, you can be Luigi, but your least favorite quality in shapeshifting. He's got a big bushy beard.
Thought that was going a different direction.
Why is this guy? Why the beards? Ugh.
You didn't have to take the beard.
No, because what if someone recognizes me? I'm Luigi?
Luigi, you shave your beard.
How do I look? Do I look different?
Yeah, you look good. You look great.
I thought if I looked like my cousin, that would help. And then if anyone questions me, I'm a Kenmore.
Sojourn turns around and growls at you both. Like, hurry up!
Yeah. Poppy's like explaining all her reasoning for doing these things. And like the engineers are standing back up pointing guns, and she's like, "Oh, and
Quick, let's find somewhere to hide. Get out of here.
And her name is Cardamom, and we called her Cardi.
you're being carried now, Poppy."
Dorn's still back there.
Sojourn, a kind of rather brazen engineer comes up to you and clicks the trigger on this weapon that they're holding, and you see this little electrical arc kind of form in front of it. They're blocking the door into the next room, threatening to like shock you essentially. Doran, at the same time, that tinnitus ringing has finally calmed down. Your vision has returned as you were staring right at the explosion site. You can see what's going on in this room. You can see. You have no fucking idea what's going on. A wolf is leading 2 engineers out of here. Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Isn't that
weird?
Isn't that weird?
Okay, well, let's see how many times this button works. And I'm going to press it again.
What? Who let him do anything?
All of these engineers are standing up like, oh, man, what happened?
Glad that's over.
If they roll a natural 1 again, that would be magical.
So I am trying to aim at the ships because I feel
Yeah.
like that's the biggest threat.
Okay.
But
I'm
All
trying
right.
to get us against a wall.
Yeah. I think the distance was like the number one priority here for all of you. So let's take another dex save from all of you except for Doran. Advantage this time on those dex saves.
19.
Nice.
19.
Nice.
10.
Just say 19. 10 does not make it, unfortunately.
Any chance I'm 10 feet above them in a vent?
Yeah. No, we're not going to lure
Okay.
this all over again. With disadvantage on the crew for their poor roll last time, and they're still getting up and still not understanding what's going on here, they just barely failed their roll this time. A few of them have died at this point. Not all of them, but a handful of them. Could not withstand that blast. Another one of the ships is completely obliterated. This room is shaking. Guy, you feel another blast. Guy, this ship might go down at any time the way it feels right now. Sojourn. That is 27 force damage, Sojourn.
Whoa.
So I'm in wild shape.
Yeah.
Does that just affect...
It just detracts from your wild shape points, your
Okay.
health points, yeah, as that form.
Okay, and I don't have that up, so I'm just going to assume that they're not good, and then I'll just be not in wild shape anymore.
Okay, yeah. So that blast knocks you out of wild shape, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That actually kind of helps you out a little bit, Doran. You also learned to close your eyes this time, so your vision returns faster, but that wolf, that black shadowy wolf, kind of gets flung up against a wall. As soon as it impacts, you see Sojourn's head just kind of and like come out of the wolf, and Sojourn lands on all fours and stands up again.
Boy. We gotta go.
There's people.
What about Doran? Is he going to be okay?
Who cares?
Well, I care.
Does it seem like the engineers are a little too dazed or running away to get up at Doran?
They're all very afraid of the ships now. They're all kind of like getting up, looking around for the culprit. Some of them are pointing at the ship that Doran is in.
I'm going to grab an echo bell and say, Doran, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to wait for you?
no, I'll catch up. Don't worry, this is way too much fun to stop now. See you in a bit.
Okay.
All right. And I try to lead Poppy and Aaron toward the way that I know will lead to
Yeah.
Viren.
Yep. You know the way. Guy,
Hey,
we're up in those pipes. You felt a couple of big shakes and shudders. It's getting uncomfortably hot in here. In fact, that armor. Ooh, Guy. That armor's holding strong.
Great.
Surprising even the GM. As you move through this pipe, you're leaving these like wet handprints behind as the frost is kind of evaporating off of you, causing all the steam in this room. It's filling up quick. You feel like you're almost out though, because it's getting hotter and you can see something bright down there.
Yeah, well, I'll make my way to that opening.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to just go for it.
Cautiously getting closer?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. That's another roll for the caution. I can't win.
It's my cool ice armor.
Yeah, you're cool eyes.
Another
Well,
one.
if you think of it this way, like it's not us versus the GM. It's all of us telling a story together.
I know.
So we're not trying to beat you, and you're not trying to beat us. We're all writing the story together at the same time, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're also winning.
I am trying to beat you, though. Yeah. Guy, you stop yourself before it gets too real. You can feel that armor is about worn off. That armor of Agathis there. Is Agatha or Agathis?
Agathis.
Agathis.
Your armor of Agathis is almost worn off, and you're starting to sweat. You can see beneath you, burning bismite. You are in the engine.
Oh, I probably shouldn't be here.
Just take a little suckle of that one.
I mean, can I get out of this opening without, like, falling on the burning bismite?
It doesn't really look like it. I mean, it might be a brief thing, but you might have to just scoot past it.
Can you manipulate that bismite?
Do I have to be touching it?
No?
You could try.
Got essentially bismokinesis.
Yeah, I want to try to manipulate the bismite. I think the best thing I can do is...
Turn into a car.
Yeah, we talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
I mean, it's, like, very big, right? Like,
Yeah, there's
real
a
big.
large quantity in there, yeah.
I want to try to shape it and form kind of like a landing pad with a slide that will let me just, like...
You took the
I'll
words
have
out
to
of my
touch
brain.
it, but
Yeah.
I can
Hot
get
Wheels.
off real fast.
It is Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
This whole thing, he's been going down chutes and
All right, give me a bismite roll.
Okay, I think I'm +2
You
on
are.
that.
oh my god.
Oh, no.
It's a 1.
All right, I believe there are hard-coded results for a 1 on a bismite roll.
You lose a spell slot and fumble the material.
Guy, you make your first attempt at manipulating bismite. In your mind, you start thinking, a slide. Something to gracefully whisk me out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Something sloped, certainly not spikes. Spikes? Why would I speak of spikes? Why would there be spikes?
Stop saying spikes!
Suddenly you're looking down and you see these jagged, interwoven bismite spikes all angled up at you as you're starting to slip as your armor of Agathis is wearing away. You've got just moments. You've got just a little bit of strength left maintaining you in this downward slope before you crash into these things. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast my rope cloak at the opening, trying to not fall onto these spikes.
Okay, all right. Give me a flat D20. We'll see what happens here. I'll let you throw some athletics into it if you want to.
Athletics, 18.
Not bad. All right. On your way down, Guy, you start to lose your grip a little bit. You get that cloak out. You spread it out, and once again, those ropes shoot out in kind of every direction, sort of Spider-Manning you as best you can, attaching to whatever surfaces they can find inside this chute. You're getting kind of slowly lowered onto this as those ropes are burning away. It slowed your descent. You come within inches of those spikes. You are using all of your core strength to lift your butt over the sharp bismite spikes beneath you. I need 1 dexterity save from you.
Oh, those are my best saves. Or not.
Hey, that's better than a 1.
16.
All right. You just barely raise a little paper cut on your bum as you slide into this room.
It's going to hurt to wipe later.
On your butthole.
Nice. In your butt.
Yeah.
He spread his cheeks
Yeah.
to try and sneak past.
It was that close. You just spread your cheeks. Yeah.
Just like barely great.
No.
Just the
I
gleam.
think Guy canonically has no butt. It's just very flat.
Yeah,
pancake
probably.
butt.
Yeah. No, it's a complete reversal of expectations. Guy has a plump little dunk. Guy,
Really
you
muscular. Yeah.
you slip out of that engine into the kind of like loading hatch You fall out into the room in front of you. All of that heat immediately leaves you. You cool down in this engine room. And you hear the clink of armor right in front of you. And you hear, "Do you need a hand?"
Do I know that voice?
You would never forget the voice of Kevin.
Kevin!
Forgot about Kevin.
Is this one of guys?
Yep.
One of Guy's too nice for his own good. Even as a Dullahan, he struggles to hurt people.
Aw.
He works in the engine room because he's good at labor.
Oh.
He's
Oh,
reaching down
Kevin.
to you, Guy, to offer a hand.
Kevin, is that you?
I am Kevin. I am Viren's.
Well, but you'll still offer me that hand, will you? And Guy puts his hand up.
He takes your hand and helps you stand. He says, "I know you."
Do you?
"I have known you. I do not know you."
Well, I need to be somewhere else on this ship, Kevin.
You see him shake his head side to side. He says, "No intruders. No intruders."
I think you mean no intruders.
He squints at you. You hear tiny little footsteps, Guy.
Like, in the same room here?
Yeah, in the same room, almost too small to notice. But you see something walking around with a little chunk of bismite in its hands. It puts it in the engine and pushes it in and starts walking away.
Who's that little guy?
Looking up, you see tiny robots, about a foot tall, with an oddly familiar, simplistic face, made from precisely machined metal, but the resemblance is unmistakable. It's Pinch. And there's dozens of them. They're all
Family sucks.
They're all wearing leather aprons laden with tools and gadgets. You see one reach up a hand with a spiraling drill bit, and it starts revving it up as it points at you, Guy.
Autonomous Pinch, what is this?
Kevin is squinting down at Pinch and says, Looks up at you, Guy, and says, "Intruder?"
No. Right? Just say no.
No, this little one looks familiar as well. A little less doughy than usual.
You see it look up with this robotic. And then you see the drill bit again as it leans in towards you.
You belong to the Kenmores, don't you?
The little Pinch stops.
I am good friends with one of the Kenmores.
It gives you an inquisitive eyebrow.
Well, a business partner with one of the Kenmores.
Seems a little more satisfied with that answer.
They don't have friends.
You see Kevin is struggling now. He says, "Intruder. Intruder. Intruder."
No, you see, I was invited here by the Kenmores, and I am here to see Viren.
You're starting to be encircled by those little Pinch machines. At the same time, Kevin looks up, throws his head back, and says, in Viren's voice, "Intruder!" His head falls off. You see a giant green flame extend from his neck, and you see Viren's face replacing it.
Well, I said I'd be here, and I'm here.
Fight or flight, Guy.
I want to try to, kick Kevin's body into the bots.
Cool. All right. So this would be an unarmed attack. Actually, let me do a contested athletics on this.
Okay. 24?
Natural one.
Whoa!
Kevin raises his tower shield and his mace to come down on you, and as soon as he gets the mace up high, you see that kind of imbalance in his posture, and you give him a good kick in the chest. He falls over onto those little bots, and you hear this crunching of metal and machinery. A couple of them try to lift him back up, but he's a heavy dude.
Gotta go.
You've got a second to run out of there. However, a couple opportunity attacks on your way out.
Okay.
It's an 8 to hit
Nope.
and a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
All right, you get 1 pinch on you. That is 3 piercing damage as a drill bit pierces your ankle. Oh!
That pinches.
We can't call them pinch. That's rude.
Yeah, what's a mechanical pinch?
Inch.
Hinge.
Hinge?
No.
Scrap.
Scrap's not bad.
Like metal scrap.
Pinch, but the eye is a 1.
Yeah. Pinch with the eye is a 1.
All right, guy bursting out of that room. You're not really sure to go. You look left and right in the hallway and just pick a direction and start running.
I pick right.
That's actually the right direction. You come out of one of those semicircular little hatch doors and burst out into the next hallway. And you kind of like duck back when you see people coming. You see shadows illuminated against the wall as you see a gaggle of people running up. It's your party.
Oh,
Guy,
Minus Doran.
everyone, I'm here. I made it.
I assume Doran's dead. We should probably just keep going.
Right, that makes sense.
I'm
He's-
Luigi.
Doran, their echo bells are still open. You
Oh,
heard-
right, I only recognize exactly one of you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you see Poppy and
No.
Mario and Luigi. No,
No, I see-
You see
See
Sojourn
Sojourn.
and Mario and Luigi.
And you see
Cardamom Kenmore.
who you've never met before.
Sojourn, I see you have befriended some of the local engineers.
This is Poppy and Aaron. Doran's still back
Oh,
there with a ship. He's trying to like do some damage to the ships they have in there because they have a ton more. But we have to get to Viren. I'm not sure what our plan is here.
Viren knows I'm here, I think. We don't have much time. We should get Doran, though.
Well, he can come to us.
Poppy, you'll never believe what I saw. I saw little mechanical pinches
What?
working the engine.
Well, why did they have those?
It seems like a violation of your IP, doesn't it?
Yeah.
While they're talking, I'm going to run back into the hangar bay and try and clear a path for Doran.
Doran, we'll skip to you first. You're still in that hangar bay. You've launched 2 shots.
I'm gonna do an insight check.
Okay.
I'm gathering that engineers kind of realize what's going on.
Yeah.
Insight as to what they seem to be most concerned about getting shot next.
Okay.
13.
You're not sure what they understand, but they seem suddenly fearless. And they're all moving towards your ship.
Fearless, weird. Seeing that the rest of the party kind of made their way, I'm gonna just try to get off one more shot.
Okay.
Nothing I can think of doing is trying to basically damage the hangar door so that it's like stays shut.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try to like, and then, yeah, that seems about right, and press the buttons again.
All right. Yeah, you angled the ship. You see a small crowd of survivors moving towards you, and you press that button again, and you realize why they're all fearless. They know damn well these only have 2 shots.
Okay.
That hollow click gives you a sudden panic. Sojourn, you're moving back through that hallway, and you open the door. You see that ship turn, and you see Doran smiling, and then a moment later, you see him not smiling.
Is there another ship nearby to where I am?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to hop in a ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, give me an investigation.
Okay.
One of my favorite.
Never mind.
One of my favorite tropes is when you all give Doran shit and then do the thing he was doing.
It's because he's locked us into that path. I got a natural 1. There's no way. I fuck with the ship for a while. Can't find a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Sojourn, you look at that cockpit and it just does the like math on glass thing where you're just like trying to figure out what button it could possibly be to open this, like how hard you need to hit it to open the shell. What is your next idea?
I turn around and fully scoff at the ship behind me and then stomp and cast Thunderwave on as many of those.
Yes. That's
assholes.
so much cooler.
Is that a Constitution save?
It is a con save. I'm going to cast it at a higher level. Let
Okay.
me do this real quick.
That's such a funny image. Like getting in the cockpit, you're like, nope.
No, thank you.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I'll just cast it at a 2nd level.
Okay. And there was a 14 on their save.
They failed.
All right.
11 damage,
Nice.
and they're all pushed 10 feet away.
Yeah. They're pushed and also unconscious, most of them that you hit. This gaggle of engineers is also injured. They seem relatively outmatched at this point. The amount of damage they've taken, the amount of damage this room has taken, they are fearful.
Dorn, let's go!
Okay, I'm gonna try to get out of the.
You still
gun.
don't know what button opens the cockpit.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to press all of them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
God,
Cool. Doran, you begin smacking every button, lever, everything around you at random.
Yep.
Sojourn, from the outside, you see the wings just kind of like angle until they're flat. You see this landing gear come down. You see a little flag pop out of the back for some reason.
Rune makes this look so easy.
the hazards go on.
There's lights blinking everywhere. You see a little windshield wiper like across the front.
Yeah.
And then finally, in the back of the ship, you see and hear the engine starting to...
Oh, that works. I stopped pressing buttons.
Doran, at the same time, the cockpit hatches very slowly, gracefully opens up and just lets you out as easy as possible.
Okay.
Yeah. Doran, as you stand up in that cockpit, you feel the ship beginning to slowly kind of inch forward as the thrust begins to pick up.
Okay, I start walking faster.
You casually saunter off of that ship, land on the hard metallic floor here, and meet up with Sojourn.
High five.
I absolutely don't. I grab his hand and yank him out of this room.
Okay, that's fine too.
Apparently there's a button to make the wings fall off. So now this kind of like missile is just like turning around in the engine room, still starting its thrust. And you hear everybody say, "It's about to go into overdrive!"
Awesome.
What do you both do?
Run!
All right. You run down that hall. The rest of you had a moment to catch your breath. What are y'all talking about?
I just don't understand. Like, they always scoffed when I showed them my creations, and when I invented, well, Pudge was the first one. They told me it was a waste of time and magic.
I'm sure they were just jealous, Poppy. I mean, they
Oh, no,
took your idea after all.
My mom said, "Poppy Kenmore, that was a waste of your college education." And then sent me to my room. I was like 19, but I still went to my room.
I'm beginning to think for the first time your parents didn't have your best interests at heart.
First time.
Well, I mean, they're my parents. They wouldn't intentionally harm me, right?
Well, maybe she was right then. It was a waste, your college education.
Pudge was not a waste. He was a beautiful boy.
Well, I guess not about that part, but that college was a waste of your time. Because you've made bigger and better things since then.
I mean, I wouldn't have gotten where I am if I hadn't gone.
Yeah, but you didn't need it in the end.
I just never told anyone. I actually dropped out because they told me they were going to stop paying for me to go. Anyway,
We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Sojourn and Doran are breathless coming down that hallway.
It's gonna blow. We gotta go.
Okay, let's go.
I'm just gonna lead them right to Viren.
You hear from behind you as you're running through that hall. A good distance behind you, you hear, "Intruders!"
Don't turn around, everybody.
You all
That's
start.
just Kevin.
You all run up a narrow hallway with these very tiny metal steps at a high incline, kind of single file up until this hatch. And when you open that next door, you are in the upper quarters. You see this grand hallway made in the aesthetic of Lodom. You can see heavy stone braziers, solid works of art that have no business being on a giant ship like this. And from those, you see bursting green flames sitting in those bowls. And a giant face begins to manifest in those bowls. That same burning green face you saw back in Lodom. It's Viren's. At the end of that hall, you see a man and a woman collecting their heads from the ground. Freshly converted Dullahan. They're still trying to make sense of the world around them as those flames surge. They both freeze as they look at you.
I pat Guy on the back and give him bardic inspiration.
Hey, great.
Move aside. We are here for Viren.
The man collects his head from the ground, and he's holding it in his hands, and the head just says, "Viren. We serve Viren. Yes." You see him put the head on and stare at you, Guy.
You do not have to serve Viren.
"We serve Viren." The woman puts her head on.
Do I recognize them?
You don't.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I want to try and strafe.
Yeah.
around the side of the room and get an idea of the lay of the land and not be all bunched up in a doorway.
Yeah. So again, this is a rather like elegant hallway with a giant carpet like running down the middle. It looks like a throne room or some kind of like grand entryway. You know, imagine like a chandelier hanging off the ceiling, these burning braziers, these bowls, more decorative than anything. It doesn't make sense that this would be on a ship. It feels like a cathedral, like small castle. But ahead of here is a large set of stairs that leads up to a very important looking door, and you're at the front of the ship now. You know Viren's behind that.
Think of who you used to be. I used to serve Viren as well, and I kind of like tip my head so they can see the flame.
Mm-hmm.
But I have broken free. Surely, you do not need to follow her.
It gives them pause, but only to understand your words. A moment later, they begin walking towards you again. They're unarmed.
What do they look like?
They're high elves, both of them.
Damn.
Yeah. Such a waste of life, that immortality. They begin walking towards you. It seems to commit some violent action, though their means are shallow. When they get up to you, one of them throws a punch against you, Guy.
Okay.
It's a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah, he punches your solid armor. You don't see any kind of reaction to pain, but he reels back again to hit you.
I want to cast Entangle
Okay.
at their feet.
Yeah.
It's a strength save.
Nice. 13 out of them.
They fail.
Yeah.
So that ground is difficult terrain. They are restrained.
All right.
We don't have time for this. Let's go.
You don't have time for this. The door behind you bursts open. Intruders!
Well, you'll be free soon enough, I hope. And headed toward the stairs.
You see
Big
him
door.
still struggling with the vines, trying to swing at you. The woman as well, trying to raise her hands to swipe at anyone who gets close enough.
Aaron wants to use the spider hat and just like walk along the wall to
Yeah.
like get around everything and
Yeah.
get
It's
to
been
their
like
side.
10 episodes since you've used it.
I know.
Got to get some screen time with it, though. Yeah.
I'm going to confront the Dullahan,
Which one?
Kevin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whoa.
There's too many.
Yeah.
And I'll say, actually, I work on this ship. I'm a Kenmore.
Oh.
She's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle are Mary Kay and Avon.
Oh. Not intruders.
Nope. We're all friends of this ship.
Staff.
Staff. Yep, see my name tag?
Credentials.
My name is Cardamom Kenmore. I'm an engineer.
He squints at you and he says, naming consistency. Go ahead and make a persuasion with advantage.
I was waiting for that.
Persuasion.
Is deception a skill?
Yeah.
God, I've never used it.
I would prefer persuasion.
Fine.
Dirty 20.
All right. This is the last time. Lying is deception from now on. All right. You said soft 20?
Soft 20.
Soft 20. All right. Limp 20.
Sweet
That's
soft
a flaccid 20.
All right. With a flaccid 20, he narrows his eyes again, and then he gives you a big, warm smile, and he says, family.
Yeah, family.
Okay.
All right, Poppy, let's go visit our friend Viren.
We have business to take care of. Thank you for doing your job. And I'll, like, bow a little bit.
All right. Yeah, with the two entangled, with Kevin placated, happy old Kevin, you're all free to go up those stairs.
I just thought it'd buy us time.
That was a good call, but we gotta go.
Yes, Kevin's a gentle soul after all.
Totally.
Aaron comes running, but they're on the ceiling, and then they just stop, drop, land in front of y'all, and like, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Are we prepared for what's behind this door?
Probably not. Let's do it anyway.
Doran,
What?
are you okay?
Yeah, great. I'm doing great.
What kind of chaotic projectiles do you currently have?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, just keep your hand off the trigger.
Did we ever feel the boom from the ship that was gonna
Not yet.
like torpedo
Oh, no.
or whatever?
Hasn't happened yet.
All right, let's work well together and do great things here.
Yeah, hands in.
Hands in.
No, you guys.
Listen to each other.
Oh my god.
On 3.
One, two, three.
Listen
Listen
to each other.
Bardic Inspiration to, let's see,
I have one.
Poppy and Aaron then.
I'm going to cast Guidance on Guy.
Guidance.
Guidance.
Guy dances.
I assume that guy is first through the door.
Sure am. Yeah, guy's gonna open the door.
Guy pushes open those double doors into the helm, and you see Viren. Silhouetted against a massive slot window that stretches to the tall ceiling here. The only thing separating you in this cathedral of a command center is a towering staircase. And it's all surrounding this colossal chandelier that seems to rotate and point in different directions as the ship moves. Another small set of stairs continues off to either side, leading to a mind-boggling ship control station above. But standing not 30 feet from you, you see the unfazed glare of Viren. Her smirk is illuminated by the burning green braziers at either side as she draws a wicked executioner's axe from her back and holds it over the neck of a terrified halfling.
Oh. I was one room off.
Ooh.
You hear, "Not another step. Call off your fleet. Call off your fleet."
Hold on, Viren. How do we know you'll let them go?
I know how to make bargains, deals, and I adhere to them. You call off your fleet. You vacate Small Castle. I'll let the boy go.
Poppy. Who is it?
Poppy, you're squinting up in the low light of the green flames here and some of that daylight pouring in from those tall slots. And he looks over to you, just barely for a second. He keeps looking up at that axe. You see Coriander's face, your brother. Your older brother, who was always better than you at every little thing, is now at Viren's mercy, at your mercy.
I'm gonna drop alter self so he can see it's me.
Yeah. His eyes go huge.
Guy, that's my brother.
So, we're saving him, right?
I mean, yeah, we're the heroes of the
Of course,
okay.
of course.
Maybe he wasn't the nicest to me, but he's still my brother.
Enough! Call off your fleet now!
How far away are they?
You're 30 feet from them. They're just up the stairs from you.
Okay, I'm going to ready an action.
Okay?
I'm going to ready Resilient Sphere around Corey.
Okay, what's the range on that?
30
Let's be very
feet.
careful. Casting time?
One action.
Perfect.
Doran, you have contact with the leader of the fleet, do you not?
Unfortunately, I'm afraid that's not really a command we can issue.
Pity. She drops the axe.
Resilient Sphere immediately.
Yeah. The axe drops. You all see a blinding flash of golden sparks as the axe bounds off the resilient sphere. At that moment, you see movement from down those stairs on either side. Guy, you look up. You see Michael P., the crossbow wielder. You see Louis Valtherin wielding his rapier coming down for you.
It's rapier.
Okay, Michael P. is what weapon?
Crossbow.
Crossbow. And who is the other guy?
Louis Valtherin.
Louis V. Louis the Fifth.
Is there another Michael?
Yeah, there's Michael H. and Michael P.
Okay.
It's a very common name.
Yeah.
Guy, you spin around, clocking every threat in this room. Everyone, roll initiative.
Shit. Woo! That's my best initiative yet.
One of my not worst initiatives ever.
All right.
This is probably pretty bad for me.
A loose 20.
I got an edging 19.
So,
12.
13.
I rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
Rip. Sad, because I didn't want to waste on that, but it's a 25.
Always showing me up.
Aaron, always has high initiative.
I have +6 to initiative. I rolled a 7.
You said 19, Doran?
Yep.
are you trying to reset the 20s?
Stop. You're wasting all your good rolls.
Did you roll another 20?
I
Two
rolled-
19s and an 18?
I rolled
shit.
20, 19, 19, 18.
Yeah.
17.
What the fuck?
Stop. You have to stop.
One.
I just rolled 3, 4, 5, so I think we're gonna meet in the middle.
Stop rolling it. Stop rolling it. You have to stop.
I have to do it a few more times.
You're
Can't stop.
wasting them.
I'm done.
Tara, can you restrain her?
I'm just picturing like you both get home, you're in bed, like Thomas is trying to sleep, and just hearing like, just like in the covers, just rolling dice.
Are you asleep? Yeah.
Just rolled like 7 ones.
Oh, God.
All right. Combat begins, and you know it's different because it's playing orchestral music
Oh shit!
Oh, no.
and Gregorian chanting. Aaron, you start us off, unsurprisingly.
Oh, my God. I should have not been rolling my dice. I should
Jesus
have been
Christ.
thinking about what I wanted to do. Are there any other things right now that I can see that are a threat besides Viren? You said there's the other 2 other Dullahan?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? You said there was like a
Coriander.
chandelier.
Chandelier, yeah. Yes, there's a whirling gizmo chandelier up on the ceiling as well.
Is it made of metal?
Yes.
What kind of metal? Is it made of bismuth?
It's not, but
Okay.
there is bismite in this room as well.
Okay.
Do an investigation check on that chandelier. We'll give you this one for free.
Okay.
It's still rolling good. It's doing good.
18.
Yeah, you recognize it right away. It's their wayfinding compass. It's the same thing on the Shatterhorn. Theirs is just mounted on the ceiling.
That's cool.
That points to where they need to go.
Okay.
Dorks over on this side.
Cartography nerds.
Sojourning guy are just like, you see that up there? That's fucking neat.
It's like combat starting. Like Aaron dives in with the crossbow, and you guys are like, "Look at the timbers."
The craftsmanship.
I love this place.
It's really aesthetically
I just love mid-century modern,
It's century modern, but it's like
mid-3rd century.
Question: do I know if Viren is what Pickens was back in Lodom? Is it the same kind of thing? Would I know that or not?
No, Viren actually anatomically bears a resemblance to Diver. They're the same race. They're Eladrin. Same as Phenom, actually.
Interesting. Okay. Well, shockingly, Aaron's gonna find somewhere to hide.
Okay.
Aaron's just gonna try to duck behind a control panel
Yeah.
or something to hide.
Yep.
So I will roll to hide.
Bonus action stealth. Yeah.
Yep. 28.
Yeah. Even with substantial bonuses, you still beat them out. You are hidden.
Okay, I am going to shoot my Diablo's Machinations at Viren, and I am going to also shoot with my special ammunition the Silent Violet.
Okay.
It's my last one of this one. It makes the target glow with violet light, and it prevents spell casting for 1 minute.
Okay.
I rolled with advantage, and I got a 27.
That hits.
Great. So I shoot this lovely Silent Violet at Viren.
Yeah.
Also, because I use Diablo's crossbow, I get
Second shot.
a second shot
Yep.
with disadvantage.
Yep.
But let me just resolve. Do you want me to resolve the first
Please.
one first? Okay. So 1d6 plus 6. Oh, nice. So 12. Wow, really good. 18. What was my first number I said?
12.
12 plus 20.
32.
32.
All right.
hit him again.
That's a 17.
Does not hit.
Okay.
You see that bounce off of Viren's armor, that second shot there? However, the first shot sank right in, dealing a significant amount of damage. You see that lodge itself into Viren's thigh. Like, straight off the bat, you just shoot up the stairs and a direct hit. You see that purple begin to creep out through Viren's veins, and you see her start to shriek. And you see her eyes go green, her veins start to boil, and she burns the poison out of her system. She cashes in a legendary resistance to avoid the silence.
Nice.
What? Rude.
So good.
Is she still purple or is that gone too?
She's no longer purple. Poppy, it's your turn.
Okay. So how many targets are there currently?
3.
3?
Unless you want to kill Coriander.
No.
Always
Not
an
today.
option. Always an option.
Okay, so I'm going to use Steel Wind Strike.
Yep.
Which means I can choose up to 5 creatures I can see within my range, which is 30 feet. Make a melee spell attack against each target. On a hit, they each take 6d10 force damage. And then I can teleport to an unoccupied space I can see within 5 feet of one of the targets. Is that cool?
Yeah.
It's very cool.
So there's only 3 targets, so I'm just going to roll 3 times.
Yeah, where do you want to end up?
I want to end up at Viren.
Okay, right next to her.
So I'll attack 1.
Dullahan or
Yeah, Dullahan. 15. Wait, 17. 13. I can't do math.
You also have a bardic.
23.
On Dullahan 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Your first target is Louis Valtherin
Yes.
with his rapier up on the stairs. And that was a 23 to hit?
Yes.
Nailed him.
Okay. Do you want me to do the damage?
Yep.
Okay. So it's 6d10. I don't have
What?
6d10 force damage.
Like 5th level, 6th level?
31.
Oh yeah.
31.
Okay.
And then I'll. Oh, that's a natural one on the second one.
Damn. All right.
I don't. How do you want to?
Poppy, this is faster than anything you're used to, this Steel Wind Strike. You begin this spell, and in a blur, you are suddenly upon Louis Valtherin. You swipe your knife through him, and by the time you blink, you're already at Michael P. But it's a little too close. He's got a crossbow pointed at you, and it looks like he's about to pull the trigger, and so you kind of like dodge off to the side, and you skip your attack on this guy. You have your back to Viren when you get to her, and you slam into Viren. Make an attack against Viren.
Would an 18 hit?
Viren?
Yeah.
An 18 hits Viren.
Oh, well, solve that mystery.
34.
Nice.
And then I'm by Corey.
Poppy, you also take 4 bludgeoning damage as you slam against Viren with that last attack.
Okay.
Getting the coordination just off a little bit there, taking some impact yourself. You land right next to Coriander. He's looking up at you, kind of heaving heavy breath under that resilient sphere. You don't drop concentration, I don't think, for the Steel Wind Strike, right?
No.
Okay.
But I just took damage, so.
You did, so it's a DC 10 concentration to maintain that sphere.
Do I add anything?
Your Constitution modifier.
10.
10 is success.
All right.
Oh, it's a
barely.
pizza pizza. Okay. Can I move the resilient sphere, or is it just whoever's inside?
It's hamster ball, so whoever's inside.
Okay.
Corey, it's okay. I'm here to protect you. If you just roll yourself away, I'll keep protecting you so you can get safe.
He looks up at you in kind of disbelief. He's like shocked to even see you again, ever, really.
We'll talk about it later.
He doesn't take another second. He turns around and he goes to the top of the stairs in this hamster ball, and you all see this as he rolls down the stairs.
Oh no.
Next up is Doran.
Okay. This looks like a big fight. I'm going to cast Mirror Image with my action on myself. So 3 illusory doubles of Doran appear, and
What's Aaron's reaction to seeing multiple Dorans?
It's too many.
One's great, but
yeah, that is. And I think I will just head up the stairs, but not go ahead of Guy. But maybe I will go ahead of Guy. Sorry.
next up is Michael P. They are shooting fish in a barrel. They're going to aim down at the most effective one so far, Poppy.
What did they have?
Crossbow, 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 8 piercing damage, Poppy. I need to make a Constitution save.
Me?
Yep.
22.
Very nice. You are not poisoned.
Oh, good.
As he sinks a poison arrow into you.
Resilient sphere requires concentration too.
Yeah. The resilient sphere drops.
All right. Yeah. You all see Coriander kind of boom, 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 smacks himself on the bottom of the stairs. Second attack coming in hot, Poppy. 21 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. That's another 6 piercing damage. From the con save, please.
You can do +4 for the con save.
Nice.
I forgot, sorry.
Yeah.
11.
Not this time. You take 5 poison damage. You are poisoned. You have disadvantage on your skill checks and attacks, I believe.
Whoa.
I should have married Melvin.
Yeah. At that same time, Louis comes down the stairs. And who's still down there? Sojourn.
Yeah.
You are getting attacked.
Okay.
16.
Meets it, beats it.
All right.
Pizza.
That is 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a dexterity save for me.
Everyone can do +4.
24, 28.
Nice. Louis makes a stab at you, and he nicks you a little bit. But then after that, he comes in close with some fancy footwork. He tries to hook his leg around you and trip you, get you on the ground and run you through. But you just kind of dance with him for a second, and you hop out of it.
I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
You can tell after this first attack that his motive is more about tactical maneuvering than it is about hard damage. Next up is Sojourn.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to use a bonus action and cast Hidden Step and get out of melee range of this guy.
Okay. That's the little teleporty, right? Or is that the invisible one?
Invisible.
Nice.
Oh my god, I forgot about my armor again.
Yeah, after you got hit.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. So after I got hit, I teleported 15 feet away.
Okay.
And then I don't need to use Hidden Step.
Nice. All right. Frees up some space.
Yeah.
I'm allowing this because that armor's come into play maybe once.
Yeah. And it just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so I teleport 15 feet away. I'm going to try and get up the stairs a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that I'm kind of separated and I have my back to a wall as much as I can.
Yeah, you're in a crowd of Dorans.
Great. And then I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on Louis, who just hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Hunter's Mark. And then I'm going to hit him with an arrow if I can.
All
right. First attack is 14.
Does not hit.
Okay.
You do have...
I do. 18 to hit?
Is that Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay, just for the recording.
Sorry,
you do have...
that was Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
18 to hit?
Yes, 18 hits.
Great. Okay, so that is... so that's 6 damage for the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
Second attack... 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. Third attack. Nat 20.
Yeah.
Yay.
There we
There's a
go.
crit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, should I roll it again?
Ooh, yeah.
2. Okay. And that is my third hit. So because of that, I get an extra D8 from Dread Ambusher.
Yep.
26.
Yeah. With that final arrow attack, you end Louis.
Oh.
You
Happy
pull
birthday.
back. You pull back your bowstring, let loose this arrow, and you see it take off Louis' head and pin it against the wall.
Whoa.
He's kind of after stabbing you, he kind of deked back and did a little flourish with his blade, and you were just back, pelted him with an arrow, and he kind of looks down at the shot. Second arrow whizzes by. He looks up at you in fear, and then suddenly, right between the eyes, pinned up against the wall behind him. Body stops moving. Rapier drops to the floor. Guy, rapier begins spinning around you.
Yeah. Ooh. Guy fist bumps Sojourn.
Yeah. Next up, it's Guy.
All right. That solves one of those dilemmas, I guess. All right. Guy starts walking up the stairs toward Viren. Viren, I see nothing has changed. No one would follow you willingly, so you do what you've always done. You break their will and steal their minds. Well, this ends here. I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
It's also kind of a big old fuck you to her.
I have a couple of those in my pocket.
You're carrying them in your pocket?
Let's start at the top and get Garaman's flail out there.
All right. Cool.
And I go in for the attack on Viren,
All right.
using the big dice.
Long time coming.
Get her.
It's not a 1.
Good.
I'm going to use Channel Divinity to add 10 to my roll, I think. So now my roll is a 21 to hit.
That hits Viren.
And let's put a smite on it.
Gotta season it.
Put a little smite on it.
Put a little smut in that smite.
Just a level 1, because I don't have that many spell slots left. Ooh, that was bad. 8 regular sword damage. 8 sword damage and 9 radiant damage. For the first attack.
I'll leave that here.
And then I'll do an extra attack. 18 to hit.
That hits.
No smite this time. 14 sword damage.
All right.
And then I'll do the flail attack.
Damn.
9 force damage with the flail.
Do you have to
Wait,
hit?
no, I do have to roll a hit. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Ooh. Do it again.
I guess I roll again.
I've never thought of that.
Thomas.
Oh my god.
This is the only one that can do it.
Thomas.
Do it.
Okay.
No.
In that moment, I was thinking like, my heart cannot take this right now.
Yeah. Should I do that original damage roll or?
We'll stick with the 9 for that last one.
Yep. Okay. So 11 plus 4, so 15. See, the flail did great that time.
Yeah.
Sure,
Worked just
yeah.
fine. All right. Yeah, Guy, you unleash a furious salvo of attacks against Viren here. And then immediately after, it's Viren's turn.
Oh, good.
She is keen to stack as much action into this as possible, which means at the end of your turn, Guy, she is taking a legendary action. You see her hover, rise just a couple inches off the floor as she tightens her grip on her axe blade, and you see those giant burning flames on either side of her, those braziers. Those flames leap toward her, and you see her become charged with energy. At the same time, you see wounds on her begin to heal rapidly as those flames surround her and seem to cauterize.
Well,
That's pretty dope.
All right, it is Viren's turn. Guy, she is going to go after you. She holds her axe on high, and you see it pulse with green flame as it shimmers. She is bringing her axe down on you with a green flame brand. A 16 to hit.
nope.
Of course.
Cling.
Yeah. With the might of your armor, with your weapon on high, Guy, you just kind of match hers and you lock weapons for a second. You stop her attack from coming in. She kind of like pushes off of you, off of your sword with her axe, backs away, and make a charisma save. She glares into you with burning green eyes.
Is she trying to frighten me?
She is trying to take control of you.
Oh, okay. 24.
Yeah, she backs away and points her axe at you, and she goes, "Kneel."
I'm done kneeling.
That was her turn.
That was her turn. We are now going to do layer actions for the Leviathan. Those braziers begin to flare up again. You all see a giant green blaze incoming that's going to sweep over this room. You can kind of see it coming. I want everybody to make a hide check, a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay. 2. So 3.
Okay.
5.
20.
22.
16.
All right. That would be Guy and Poppy. Both feel the burn of this before they can get into place. They're the closest. That makes sense.
Yeah, it would be really hard to hide where we were.
That is 25 fire damage.
Whoa.
Rolls out from those braziers, filling this room with excessive heat.
Jesus.
I thought someone had fire resistance on this group. Oh, okay.
The ones that didn't get
Doran
hurt.
does.
Sorry.
The rest of you saw this blast coming, and you tucked behind like a console, a pillar, something to protect that blast wave from hitting you. At the same time, you see the final layer action. But it's something that you all only catch a glimpse of. And it's outside. Through those tall slot windows, you all see a thin red beam racing towards Small Castle. You see a sudden puncture wound in the shield as it begins to erode rapidly, and within the space of 2 seconds, The shield around Small Castle is down.
Disintegrate ray.
And I think with that, we end it right there.
Oh boy.
Thank you all so much for listening. I am Tim, your GM.
I'm Hannah playing Aaron.
This is Tara, and I'm Sojourn.
Hey, I'm Thomas, and I'm Guy.
I'm John, you're Doran.
Not my Doran.
Hashtag.
I'm Maggie, and I play Poppy, and shit's fucked.
Shit do be fast.
To be fucked.
Thank you all so much for listening. Please share the show with people you love, and we will see you next time.
Oh, God. Will we?
Will we, though?